Alright guys, how's everybody doing? This video I'm gonna be talking about Blood made a video about it. He made a video about why white fighters are not around and stuff like that. You know, I'm not gonna get into many of it. They're extinct. Also how you can relate to a fighter and you know, things like that, and why certain people, certain races, I mean not certain races, certain people of different race get offended when you criticize or, you know, badmouth their fighter from their country, things like that. I'm gonna get into my opinion on why white Americans are not around as much and all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, I have to agree with some of the things that Thunderdome was saying, as far as, you know, a lot of white people, white Americans, they're not into boxing as they used to. It's not a sport where, you know, a lot of those people don't want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I also think that there's other sports that they thrive on, like baseball, which is a lot less dangerous than boxing. Doesn't take a toll on you like boxing does to an extent. I mean, you do have to play 162 games, but you don't even get players to play a whole 152 games. You know, that is very hard to do, you know, consistently every year in, year out, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's why I think a lot of white Americans are not into really boxing. They're just not into it as much. And to a point, you can say that some of them just don't have the athletic skill, the athletic talent to compete with other, you know, other countries and other type of people, you know, as far as that goes. What else can I say about it? I mean, that's all pretty much I could say about, you know, why I think there's not a lot of white American fighters anymore. The sport, and also the sport is you're not even making money. You know, there's not any white fighters. The boxing is you're not really making money like you did before anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that into account. You rather play baseball for guaranteed 20 million or work your way up and potentially take beatings and take a loss here and there to get a $20 million fight. You just can't just get a $20 million fight. You have to work for it. Well, in baseball, you have to have is great athletic skills. Obviously, you have to be talented, and you get a $20 million contract easy. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is have one good year. In boxing, you have to beat a bunch of people to get that final payday, but those days are over. As far as making 20 million, 30 million a fight, it's very hard unless you're a really big time fighter. It's very hard for someone to do that. And you not only have to do that, you have to have the skill, you have to have all these things. You know what I'm saying? So as far as value for your talent, boxing is not an option. You know what I'm saying? It's an option for other race because they have the skill for it. They're into it. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people are into boxing anymore. You know, you got to look at the financial economics behind it, why certain people are not into that. That's my opinion. Now, as far as relating to a fighter, like for me, for example, my favorite fighter is Javier Fortuna. Simply because he's Dominican, just like me. That's it. I mean, he's my favorite fighter. Not only that, but I like his style. I like the way he fights. And above all, yes, he's Dominican, just like me. I was born here, and I was born in the United States, but my parents are Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I could relate to him. That's why I could relate to guys like Felix Diaz, who doesn't get any credit, you know, for anything. I mean, the man clearly, his last two fights are clearly better than Spence's last two fights. Thurman, I guess you could. I mean, Thurman got Porter, but I guess not Thurman. He doesn't have the last 2 fights, but he has definitely a better resume than Spence does. Clearly. I mean, look at Spence's last 2 fights and look at Felix Diaz's last 2 fights. And you tell me who fought better fighters. I mean, there's not even an argument there. You know what I'm saying? I have Payano, who's a 118-pounder, just lost to Rasheed Warren. I can relate to these guys. I know where their background, just like my background. That's why I relate to fighters like that. I also relate to fighters. I also like certain styles too. You don't have to be Dominican for me to like you. You don't. You know what I'm saying? I like Manny Pacquiao. I like Triple G. I like Kovalev. I like Porter. You know, I like all these fighters for the simple fact they come in to get you. They come in to hurt you. This is the hurt business, people. This ain't no. I mean, I respect boxing. I respect the defense. Of course I respect it, but I also what I respect more if somebody's coming to you and they're gonna come to hurt you. They're not coming to box you, they're coming to hurt you. That's the difference. That's why I like these fighters. They're coming to fucking knock you out. Like Manny Stewart said, knockouts sell. Knockouts sell. Nobody, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, the only time I want to see a 12-round fight, if I know it's gonna go a 12-round fight, if I know it's gonna be nice to watch a guy just toy with a guy for 12 rounds, sometimes that's entertaining, in my opinion. Depends on the opposition, of course, the quality of opposition and who's fighting who, you know. But for the most part, that's why I can relate to fighters like that. So yes, I would get offended if you call Felix Diaz a fucking coon. Yes, I would get offended. First of all, to those people that said he's a fucking coon, you fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Why I get offended? Because, like the Filipino guy told 78, he's the only guy we have. You know what I'm saying? For you to disrespect something that's all you have is kind of disrespectful. While you guys have everybody, basically, like, have all the great fighters in the history, and then you guys still shit on the other guys for wearing a shirt that said all lives matter. Like, are you serious? If anything, put it like this. All right. So Felix Diaz wears a All Lives Matter shirt. He gets called a coon. So who's managing Felix Diaz? A black guy. So a black guy allowed another black guy to wear an All Lives Matter shirt. So in other words, you're calling Al Heyman a coon too, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of white men that Al Heyman will take over a black guy. Like, for example, I mean, this is just me talking. This is just me being hypothetic a little bit. But let's say Al Heyman has a business partner who's white, and he has another business partner who's black or whatever, or just a friend or something. He's not gonna like cancel his friendship with the white guy who's making millions of dollars to the black guy who's not. You know what I'm saying? But that's a coon too, right? I don't know. That's just a theory analogy. I just threw that out there. But I'm pretty sure Al Heyman has a lot of white business friends. Plenty. He probably has more white people on his phone than he has blacks. But, you know, Al Heyman, he's the promoter of Felix Diaz, and he allowed Felix Diaz to wear the All Lives Matter shirt, right? But he's a coon. Felix Diaz is a coon for wearing that shirt. Fine. But you got Al Heyman, who's his boss, basically. Let him wear the shirt. So, in other words, Al Heyman's promoting All Lives Matter, isn't he? I think so. So, yes, that I really took it really offensive when I seen comments of people calling Felix Diaz a coon. People made videos about it. I just think it's like totally disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, to do that. One, and another thing too about Felix Diaz, he doesn't even speak English. So he doesn't even know, like, that term coon in DR, we don't carry that phrase. That's a phrase you guys use here in America. You know what I'm saying? We don't carry that phrase in DR. Oh, he's a coon. What the fuck is a coon? Like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, you guys want to call Felix Diaz a coon, fine. You know, call him whatever you want. But when I call one of your fighters out or say something that's very offensive, don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these black fighters, you guys have everybody. You know what I'm saying? You have most of the great fighters in the history of boxing, and then when you know, a Spanish guy. I'm not saying this is everybody, but there are certain people who don't give the props to the other guys, you know. Damn, this video is getting long. But yeah, so that's how I relate to my fighters. You know what I'm saying? If Felix Diaz is the only Dominican fighter in the world, I'm not gonna let any. I don't care if he's 0-100. I'm not gonna let anyone call him a coon and not say nothing about it, or me not be offensive. I'm gonna take that offensive, you know, because on top of everything, he doesn't know English, so he basically, like, he probably just wore the shirt. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew what the shirt says, but I'm pretty sure somebody told him to wear the shirt. He didn't just voluntarily wear the shirt or anything like that. Like, people, stop calling Felix Diaz a coon if you haven't interviewed him and got the reason why he was wearing that shirt. You know, but it is what it is. There's always gonna be certain stupid people that say stupid things about fighters or anybody in public, and you know, that's just the way that it is. You know, so yeah, I mean, yeah, this video's getting long, I'm sorry. But that's how I could relate to fighters, you know what I'm saying? You could relate to a guy's style, you could identify, I guess, you know, to the guy's style, his nationality, you know, and all that stuff. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure, I hope I answered some of these questions, you know, as far as why white fighters not around. I mean, they'd rather fucking play baseball, make 20 million, you know what I'm saying, and not take a punch in the face. I mean, go to MLB, man. I mean, these white guys are all over, and they are terrorizing. They're terrorizing baseball, you know what I'm saying. And of course, you have black fighters there too. You have Dominicans. I mean, Dominican baseball players and but for the most part, whites are dominating baseball. They're not dominating boxing. Like I said, the finance ain't there. You're not gonna have a white guy who came out of college and gonna go join a boxing gym to make $30,000 his first day or whatever, his first fight, 20,000. Why? When he could make fucking 100,000-600,000 a year playing fucking baseball. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a fact, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. Boxing is not a fucking money sport anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It is not. Floyd Mayweather's gone. His persona's gone. It's gonna be very hard to find another individual like that special to develop this interest in boxing again. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is not, I'm not gonna say it's dead, but it's dying. I mean, some people would consider it dead, but I'm not that type of person to believe that or think that. As of right now, it's not my theory. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. A little long for the video, but I figured out how to get some of this stuff out and express myself the best I can as far as identifying with fighters, why white fighters are not around anymore. You know, some of this stuff is my opinion, some of this stuff is fact. You know, some of this stuff, you know, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, please drop your comments. Let me know what you guys think. And off to the next one. Take care.